Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and today let's fly an airplane that we haven't touched in a long time, which is the Just Flight BAE 146 in the lovely, good, old, original Eurowings livery. Today we'll do a Eurowings BAE flight from Düsseldorf to Hamburg, which features beautiful weather in both airports. Departing Düsseldorf, we got some lovely storms, some lovely rain and snow over here, and all of northern Germany is currently in a complete winter storm. So that's gonna make things interesting. So hey, why don't you follow me inside and so that we get out of the rain and can start setting up our 146 for today's flight. So nice to be out of the rain over here. So let's start with a couple of basics here. Ground power switch is coming on, and then we'll put the rest on in the flight deck here fairly quickly. Alright, so let's take a seat on our lovely 146. So we got the good old analog cockpit here, but we do have the universal UNS-1 FMC installed so that we are capable of area navigation today. Okay, so then I'd say we just get straight into this one. And we are going to start by making sure that the weather radar is off, the transponder is set to standby, then the air brakes are in, the flaps are in, and then we can move to the overhead panel and switch on our batteries. So, very quick check to make sure that both batteries are above 24 volts, which they are. Then we can move further down, make sure that the landing gear lever is in the down position, and then moving up, let's make sure we turn the external power on. Alright, that way we got power to the airplane, then we can go to the overhead and turn everything on up here. Then move one step further down and make sure that the anti-skid switch is on and the lift spoiler switches are on. Then we can ensure we got the ground ignition on A. We are going to turn on the hydraulic pumps over here so that they're able to operate the stairs if required, and to make sure that the systems are working, which they are, and then we just can turn them back off again. So, moving down to the electricals then, we got the bus ties, the standby inverters and the standby generators on, and then we can go ahead and start the APU. So, before we do that, let's very quickly head over here and do the APU fire test and the APU over speed test. And when all of that is completed, which it is now, we can start that APU. So, left inner fuel pump on, APU start. And now it's just going to take a little while until the APU is up and running. In the meantime, let's start having a look into our flight plan. So, starting with the actual SimBrief output down here, let's have a look at what we are doing. So the flight plan itself is fairly easy. It's out of Düsseldorf and then more or less a straight line into Hamburg. I do hope that we are not going to have to fly any of this, but that we can simply proceed for a straight-in approach for runway 05 in Hamburg. Now let's go ahead and have a look into the weather, which is the really interesting thing. So Düsseldorf at the moment, wind 212, light showers of rain, overcast 1200. But just by looking outside, we can already see that there's a little bit of snow in that as well. The temperature is just 3 degrees as well. Now Hamburg is the interesting one. That's currently minus 4 degrees, light snow, 070 at 20, and temporarily 080 at 20, gust 30. So yeah, that's the winter storm that I've been talking about. Now looking into the other alternate airports, you can already see our typical Hamburg alternates are not even listed. Well, one of them is Hanover, but if you look at the weather forecast for Hanover, we can immediately see, nope, we are not going to do that. And that's why we've actually planned Copenhagen, which, while it still has quite some winds forecast, at least doesn't have any snow in there, so the likelihood of a runway closure is very slim. Therefore, Copenhagen it will be. Now with that in mind, let's move up in the flight plan. We now know what to expect in terms of weather. On-time departure leads to an on-time arrival, and all the weights are looking good. We are pretty close to the max landing weight though, just a ton that we could take extra here. And remember that we are expecting quite some shortcuts from air traffic control. So looking at this, we have a very far alternate. We can take fuel for a second approach, so like 500 kilos more. And then we are going to end up, well, 5.1 is the minimum, 5.6. but we shouldn't take any more than that, otherwise we are possibly going to get into trouble with the maximum landing weight. So import those figures please, and then we just gotta change the fuel. So, now the question is, where can we change that? Suppose we just have to change the wings themselves. So we wanted 5.6, so that's 2,800 on this side, and also 2,800 on this side. Alright, looks good. And you can make that realistic refueling, please. So, refueling is commencing, excellent. And then we can move down into the boarding. We will be doing that using GSX. We got stairs over here, realistic boarding speed. And yeah, then just waiting for GSX boarding. So let's go ahead and request that. So, request boarding, please. Thank you. Great, so all of that is done. And then all our ground stuff is in progress. Our APU is also started by now. So let's go ahead, put that APU generator online, and that's looking good. And then most importantly, APU air on, packs on, and that way it's gonna get nice and cozy in here. Alright, so no smoking sign is gonna go on auto, the nav lights are gonna go on low intensity, and, well, we do not, technically speaking, need anything here, but, yeah, we do not need anything up here. Alright, cool. Then, let's also make sure that the fans are up and running, so that we get some, nice circulation of air inside the airplane, and then we got the important stuff. So, let's start with our pre-flight procedures here. Master warning system is tested and on mute once again. Then we can move up to our fire tests. No, actually, fire test is down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And all the warning lights are operable as well. Excellent. Well then, let's move back up to the hydraulic panel. Just gonna put all that stuff back on. AC pump and PTU. And we can see we are getting hydraulic pressure on both sides. Then, on the overhead panel, we are going to set all the 4 engine anti-ice switches on. What we're also going to do is, I will already turn the pitot heat and all that stuff on, because it's freezing conditions outside. 3 degrees precipitation. Alright, nice. Then let's just move down, ensure that the yaw dampers are working, which they do. And now that we got all of that good stuff done, we can just start going through our panel scan. So, over here everything is already set. I am going to leave the hydraulics on. Then center tank transfer auto, everything here is on. We'll keep the fuel pumps off except for one for the APU. Up here everything is set, and the galley power is obviously going to go on. Then on this panel everything is set. On the right hand side then we can pre-select our cabin altitude towards 23,000 feet of cruise level. We are going to set 1,000 higher than that, and down here everything is set. Then the right hand side for the time being is also set. After overhead panel is set and the nav lights are on. Excellent. Tell you what, we can actually turn them on to high intensity here, because it is daylight after all. We are still refueling the aircraft, so fasten seatbelts are going to remain off for the time being. Emergency lights armed, and then moving down, the flight director switches can already come on. We'll do the rest of the setup over here later, but we are already going to switch on the nav radios. Alright then, moving further down, annunciator test. And that's just down here, I believe. Is it up here as well? No, just down here. Okay. That's fine. So all of those are tested. Then we can move down and turn on the UNS-1. Make sure the weather radar stays off, but we can select the tilt up already. Our comms are gonna come on. Then moving down to the lower panel, we got our flight ID. Echo. Whiskey Oh, no, that's wrong. Oh, that was... what am I doing here? Echo. Whiskey. Golf. What are we gonna be? 3 Papa Tango. So, 3 Papa Tango. Here we go, Euroing 3 Papa Tangos, Squawk 2000, and system is on standby. Excellent. Brake temperature indicator can come on, but obviously is off at the moment. And the cabin is not secured yet, so we are gonna leave it the way it is right now. Alright, then let's get started setting up our FMC. For that, I'll just bring up the flight plan over here. So let's see, it's the 8th of January and the GPS position is looking good. Nav database is up to date, then we can accept this. And then we could just import the Simri flight plan, but let's do that manually, it's more interesting, isn't it? So Echo Delta Delta Lima, enter. So then we go to menu and... oh, that was wrong. Return. So, menu, depart. It's 23 left, that's going to be active. And we're expecting the Mabel for Tango departure. So let's put that in here. Return to flight plan, and here we are. So now, list, airway, and we're going via Yankee 850, which is number 2, towards Mukzi. And that's number 8. And thereafter we take another list, airway, number 1, Mike 105, and we continue towards Ripsa, which is number 7. Right, then we end up in Echo Delta Delta Hotel, enter, accept, and then menu, arrive, runway 05, so that's number 1. We are coming in via the Ripso 7 Alpha arrival, with an ILS approach, and we'll take the Delta Hotel 257 transition. Alright, and back to flight plan. So far so good. Then let's go ahead and find our departure chart. Ooh, hello there. So, charts, airport chart, departure. So, let's start grabbing the taxi charts down here. So we got this one and this one. They changed the Düsseldorf charts. That's a new one. Okay, and then we need the SID, Mabel for Tango. Seems to be this one, and there should be an RNAV version of this as well somewhere. Yep, here it is. So let's start by analyzing the RNAV version of this chart. Straight ahead to Delta Lima 230 above 600, right turn, Delta Lima 235, maximum 190, and then we have Delta Lima 248. And down here we got 230, 235, 248, and then we continue via Aircom, Lusix, and Mabel, and in here that's Aircom, Lusix, and Mabel. Beautiful. So that's that. Then the initial climb clearance is 5,000 feet. Here we go, 5-1 until we actually have IFR clearance. And that's the RNAV version. Now let's confirm the conventional version. That's straight ahead until 1.0 DME Düsseldorf, 1515. We can tune that on the right hand side. So 1515, and then join the 001 radial outbound Nerveny 162.
Cabin crew, arm doors and cross check.
So that sounds like boarding is complete. Very good. And with that we've got our setup done. And let's switch that over to the RNAV version. And then down here we can just go into nav mode, and that's it. Perfect, so that's our setup completed. Then let's go ahead and set up our radios, get our IFR clearance, and then we're ready to go. So, Düsseldorf delivery 121.78. Here we go, and then ground will be 12165. Might as well pre-select that. Alright, then we got 121.5. Like that, and finally we do need the ATIS on 12378. Alright then, I would say let's go ahead and grab the ATIS so that we know what's going on here at the airport and that we can get our clearance.
Two three left, 23 right. Departing runway 23 left. Wind 160 at 7. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, solid overcast at 1600 feet. Temperature 3. Dew point 0. QNH 1006. Transition level 70. Taxiway resurfacing in progress, expect delays in the FBO area. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if traffic service is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information uniform. Düsseldorf Airport, information uniform. 1150 Zulu. Arriving runways 23 left, 23 right. Departing runway 23 left. Wind 160 at 7. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, solid overcast at 1600 feet. Temperature 3. Dew point 0. QNH 1006. Transition level 70. Taxiway resurfacing in progress, expect delays in the FBO area. Advise.
Alright, so QNH 1006, which makes no sense whatsoever. What are they doing? That ATIS is not accurate. But it said 1120 Zulu. Yeah, no, that's not our current time. Yeah, don't ask me, that's definitely incorrect. So I'm just going to Google for the weather. That's probably the better option here. Or tell you what we're going to do. We make it very easy. OFP, METAR. I mean, this is the original released METAR, 986. That looks better, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. 986, about 100 feet. That's how we are expecting it. That's round about the actual Düsseldorf elevation. So I'm just going to use the published weather here. Might be easiest. And also I'm going to turn off the panel instrument lights because, I don't know, I like the instruments better, the way they look like this. And same on your side. Alright, cool. So, we'll just accept that weather here the way it is, 2-3 left and right are accurate for the expected wind conditions. Then let's go ahead and request our IFR clearance. 12178, is that correct? I think it is. Yeah, it definitely is. Alright, cool. Düsseldorf delivery, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango information, Quebec request IFR clearance to Hamburg. Okay, standing by, as he says.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, cleared to Hamburg via the Me 4 Tango departure runway 23 left. Initial climb to 5000. Departure on 128.655 squawk 2671.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, clear to Hamburg, Mabel 4 Tango departure 23 left, departure 128.655 squawk 2671. So, 2-3 left.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, read back correct. contact ground on 121.605.
121.605, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Alright, that is selected, and then we can pre-select tower over here, 18305. So, Mabel 4 Tango is selected, initial climb 5000 is set, and squawk 2671. Alright, got that. 128655 is kinda expected. Let's just tune it as a reminder. Like that. Alright, excellent. So all that good stuff is done. Then by now we should have received the load sheet, so let's go ahead and insert the final figures here. So we've got passengers 108, and that's in there. At 79 kilos, that's fine. Zero fuel weight is 35,166, so that's 126 kilos in the hole. Wait a moment. Nope. What did we say? 35,166. So hey, what is this doing? 0. That's bugged. Okay, well, I'm gonna put 1,000 kilos in the down here, and that's gonna be okay. Alright, fuel on board also confirmed 5,600. I'm gonna leave the rest of the figures the way it is, and that's it. And since boarding is complete, the seatbelts are gonna come on. Okay, great. Then we are basically done with all that setup. Due to the weather, we are not going to do any reduced temperature takeoffs or so. So let's go ahead and power up that TMS. 640 degrees in there. Takeoff thrust set, 3 degrees. That is all looking good. We're at 41 tons, so speeds are 34, 38. So speed box. There we go, 134. And flap retraction is at 184. So pretty much here. And V2 138. Let's set V2 plus 10 over here. And finally we've got 194 VER. Alright, so our speedbox are set. Everything is done. Everything is looking good. Then I would say let's do the departure briefing, please. And flight deck door is already closed. So, APU generator is online. External power, okay, has disconnected itself automatically. Park and brake is set. So, GPU can go, chocks can go. Can they? Oh no, did I just fuck up the figures? Okay, doesn't matter, we are just not gonna load them. So just hide this, thank you. Alright, should be good. Fuel is still in there the way it's supposed to be. Let's leave that menu and we're good to go. Alright, cool. So, all the lovely stuff is done, then yeah, let's say hello to our passengers. Where's the PA? Should be somewhere here. Ah, God, this audio panel is so nicely hidden. Well, then we're gonna do it using the handset, that's fine. Liebe Fluggäste, einen wunderschönen guten Tag aus dem Cockpit, hier spricht Ihr Kapitän. Mein Name ist Emanuel, im Namen der Eurowings darf ich Sie ganz herzlich an Bord unserer BAE 146 auf unserem gemeinsamen Flug nach Hamburg willkommen heißen. Flugzeit heute circa 35 Minuten, erwarten einen ruhigen Flug, sobald wir einmal die bodennahen Turbulenzen verlassen haben. Wir wünschen Ihnen jetzt einen schönen Aufenthalt bei uns an Bord, lehnen Sie sich zurück, machen Sie es sich gemütlich und genießen den Flug mit uns und wir melden uns dann im Anflug mit den neuesten Wetterinformationen bei Ihnen. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emmanuel in the name of Eurowings. Welcome aboard our BAE 146 on our flight to Hamburg. Today's flight time will be 35 minutes, and once we've left the turbulence close to the ground, we do expect a smooth flight. Thank you very much for your attention. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. If there is anything we can do for you to make it more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask any of our charming cabin crew. Finally, we will have to de-ice the aircraft in a few moments, so please do allow a few minutes for that. Thank you very much for your attention, and now enjoy the flight with us. Alright, flight deck safety checklist please. Tech lock checked, library checked, emergency equipment checked and secure, landing gear lever down, radar off, standby tilt up, transponder standby, air brake in, flaps up, circuit breakers checked, nav lights on high, batteries 1 and 2 on, standby gear indicator 3 greens, brakes yellow and park. Master switches on, ground ignition set to A, anti-skid and lift spoilers on and checked, bus ties auto, standby inverter arm and checked, standby generators armed, generators 1 and 4 off reset, APU generator on, fire handles in, engine fire loops are all set to A. Where are they? Yeah, they are. Okay, engine fire ground test is checked, AC, external AC is off, APU is started, gear indicators 3 green, master warning system is inhibited, overhead annunciators tested and norm, cabin emergency lighting armed. Wait a second. Here we go. Cabin emergency lighting is armed. So, ground tests completed, ground pressurization lights out, air conditioning is on. Then DC pump tested, AC pump and PTU on and on. Thrust levers, cut off. Okay, manual and electric trims checked. AC pump and PTU back off again. Here we go. And both off. Okay, so continuous ignition off, engine anti-ice on, heaters on, wing and tail anti-ice off, engine air off, flight deck emergency lights armed, glare shield checked, flight annunciators tested, flight instruments checked, center panel checked, control disconnect switches in, yaw dampers are both on, autopilot checked and off, cargo smoke checked, avionics checked, flight data recorder should be set automatically. Let's see, nope, it's not, so it's the 9th of January and our flight number is 903.8. Okay, so flight recorder set, oxygen valve on and oxygen mask tested. Flight deck safety checklist complete. Alright, good. Then let's go ahead and prepare the airplane for de-icing, please. So, prepare for pushback and departure. De-icing, yes. So, APU air off and packs off. The doors are closed already. No door warning light is on any longer. And the stairs are retracted as well. Perfect. Alright, cool. Then the airplane is prepared for de-icing, so let's commence that. Now, what kind of weather do we have? Visibility is quite good. I would say this is light snow. Alright, so while we're waiting for the de-icers to arrive, let's go ahead and have a very quick look into the holdover timetables. And as always, here they are. So we are definitely going to have to use something a little bit more extensive. It's going to be a Type 4 fluid today. So let's go down here. General holdover times Type 4 fluid. We got light snow and the temperature is -3 and above. Actually, that's not correct though. It's probably light freezing rain that we got. because with that rain, better safe than sorry. So we are going to use 100% concentration, and that's 20 minutes holdover time. Alright, let's go ahead and use that. So 20 minutes is booked. Right now the time is exactly 2 o'clock. So I'll tell you what, I'm just going to start the timer. And then we got that running. Alright, cool. What's that guy doing? Low approach? So, de-icing should be in progress. And it is. Green color of the fluids. That's correct for Type 4. So GSX, for once, is actually doing something correct. I'm impressed. Or as we say in German, auch ein blindes Huhn findet mal ein Korn. Okay, no, enough GSX jokes. De-icing is completed. Then we can cross-check that right now. The timer, or the seconds are at 45. We need a minute before we can turn the APU bleed back on. Alright. Then, are you ready for the departure briefing while we're waiting for everything else? So, we are departing Düsseldorf's runway 23 left, Mabel for Tango departure. Initial climb 5,000 and the MSA is 2,400 on the extended departure sector. Extra fuel on time, 500 kilos, giving us about 20 minutes plus the contingency fuel. And then we are going to depart Victor 28. We've got no hotspots for our taxi routing. We'll see whether they're going to push us facing left or right. That is unsure at this moment. Hotspots for taxi out, I do not see any on our departure route, either that way or that way. And our stop margin for the rejected takeoff is going to be more than enough. It's a BAE 146 after all, not really a performance hawk. Alright, engine out sits straight at 25 miles, climbing 3000. Düsseldorf VOR is set on the right hand side, so over here we got a good overview of how far from the field we actually are. So, if we need to come back, we are above the max landing weight, but that's not going to be a problem at all. We just do the overweight landing procedure and that's it. For the sit, 190 knots for the first turn. Apart from that, nothing special, and even those 190 knots, we can already retract the flaps and then just fly at 200. That's fine for me as well. Alright, any questions or suggestions? Nope, perfect, then that's our departure briefing completed. So let's go ahead and call for pushback clearance. I forgot our call sign once again. Düsseldorf ground, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, request pushback and startup. So the time is up, we can turn the bleeds back on again.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, pushback and startup approved, face southwest.
Pushback and startup approved, facing southwest, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Alright, so that's a pushback facing the left hand side. Then let's go. Alright, down here everything's set, and I am going to turn the pumps on for that. Okay, before start checklist. Safety and exterior checks complete, briefing complete, parking brake yellow and checked. Thrust levers, fuel off, hydraulics set, fuel panel, oops. Okay, fuel panel set, pressurization set, ice detectors on. Lights and notices are on and set. Okay, air conditioning checked, set, fasten belts on, fuel checked, flight data recorder set, flight ID set, altimeters, QNH 986 reading 90 feet set left and right. Okay, master warning system is now set and reset. Ship's papers complete. TMS N1 and speeds checked and box set. Okay, starting checklist. Mobile phones off. APU generator is on. Beacon on. Packs and APU air off. Well, hold on a moment. Packs and APU air off. Engine RTI is on, AC pump is now going back off again, just wanted to recharge the brake pressure over here. So AC pump off, fuel pumps on, start switch on, and number 4 pre-selected. And that's the engine start checklist complete. Okay, cool. Then ground from flight deck. Pushback is approved, facing southwest, park and brake set. Okay, so nose left, facing southwest, release brakes. Park and brake released. Roger, starting the pushback and stand by for engine start. Actually, you can commence engine start now. Roger, starting engines in sequence 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Just gotta love that Eurowings livery. The old Eurowings is just superb livery, so much better than the new one. Alright then, starting engine 4. And 2. All pressure. And 1.
Please fasten your seatbelt and keep it fastened whenever you are seated. To open it, lift the buckle or press the release button. Emergency exits are clearly marked throughout.
Approaching 20%.
2341 ready to taxi.
All hand luggage on
Fuel on.
follow the floor level lighting to the exits. If cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will drop from above.
That's not us, that is an AI. That sound.
Secure it with a plastic bag and breathe normally. Always put on your
Runway 23 left taxi via Lima 9er Mike, Lima 2 New Bel Air 2341.
Under your seat or between the seats. Only inflate them outside the aircraft. Smoking, including electronic cigarettes, is not
Okay, ground, we have a good start in 4, starting 3.
Charging e-cigarettes is
Clear
also
3.
prohibited. All electronic devices must
Engine
be
3 start.
Larger electronic devices must be stowed for takeoff and landing. Further safety information can be found on the safety card at your seat. Please ensure your seat back is upright.
And there's
Tray table is
N2.
stowed and your window
All
shades
pressure
are
is
stowed.
flickering. And 1.
Thank you for your attention. We wish you a pleasant flight with Eurowings.
Alright, and there's 20%. So, flight from ground, pushback is completed, set park and brake please. Stand by. Alright, we've got a good start in engine 3, starting engine 2. Clear 2. And the park and brake is set. So, N2. And we're at 10%. Fuel on. You can actually do it at 10, not at 20 as I did earlier. That also kind of expedites the engine start a little. Okay, number 2 is coming up. So, ground flight, starting engine 1. Clear 1. And 2. And 1. Oil pressure, there's 10%. And there is ignition. So 92.6 is our takeoff N1. Oh, that was a little bit too quick. So just gonna set 92 here. And the EGT buck at
Eurowings 5 Golf Echo taxi
8,
parking via Kilo 3, hold
80,
short of runway 5
840 already for the
6,
climb.
Papa 4 Yankee.
Kilo 3, hold short of runway 5.
Alright.
Then Lima 6, Mike
Could
Papa
quickly
4,
set the others
Yankee,
as well.
Eurowings 5 Golf Echo.
If I can really be bothered. Okay, ground. We got 4 good engine starts. Please show me the clear signal on the right and have a good day. Bye-bye. So, there she is leaving. Alright then.
Sun Express 5 Mike Yankee, runway 23 left taxi via Papa 4 Mike Lima 2.
APU is going to stay on. It's a 146 after all.
Mike Lima 2 Sun Express 5 Mike Yankee.
Okay, no wing anti-ice since we've de-iced the aircraft, and that's pretty much it.
Giving way to the Eurowings A320.
Okay, good. After start checklist. Start power, norm. Start selector and master off. Engine anti-ice as required on. Generators on. Brake fans auto. Hydraulics on and checked. Heaters on. APU and engine air as needed. APU air on. Okay, packs, cabin air on and all set. TMS set. Doors and windows closed. Trucks and ground equipment removed, and transponder alt off after start checklist complete. Alright. Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, request taxi.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, runway 23 left, taxi via Tango Lima 5, Mike Lima 2.
Tango Lima 5, Mike Lima 2, holding point 23 left, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Okay, so that's Tango, Lima 5, Mike, and Lima 2 is at the very end then. Well, not at the very end, but almost. Okay, clear on the left side, clear on the right side. Taxi light on. Turn off light on, and yeah, okay. APU generator switch is just gonna stay on. That's fine with me. Okay, brake released. Let's go. Brakes checked. And then it's going to be off to the right-hand side.
Ground, Nouvel Air 204, taxi to parking.
Nouvel Air 204, taxi to parking via Lima 9er.
Lima 9er, Nouvel Air 204.
Everything is clear everywhere. Now, our goal has to be in front of this 737 over there. And I think we should easily be able to do that. Yeah, he's more than far enough away. Clear on the left side and clear on the right side onto Mike. Alright, what about our holdover time? It's now at 13 minutes, but then again it stopped raining, so holdover time is basically no concern any longer. Well, that is good. I do appreciate that. Okay, so since it stopped raining anyway, let's go ahead and set the airplane up for takeoff. So that's flaps 1. Flight control track. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left, full right, neutral. Rudders, full left, full right, and neutral. Okay, so trims are all set, then config. Looks good. Basically what we're looking for there is that we do not get any warnings. Alright, excellent. So, before takeoff checklists, down to the line please. Brakes. Yellow and checked. Okay, flaps 18 selected and 18 indicated. Flight instruments checked, flight rectors on. Config checked, seats and harnesses locked and secure, nav aids and transponder set as cleared and checked. The number 1 is only going to come live once we're airborne, because Nürnberg is a little far away. Okay, let's review our takeoff briefing. It's a left seat takeoff, runway 23 left, flaps 18, noise abatement procedure 2, speeds 32, 37, 81 and 91, which is basically all set up there. And here's Lima 2. Okay, so ignition is set to A, and cabin is almost secure.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, contact tower on 118.305.
118.305, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. So, cabin crew, prepare for departure. Düsseldorf Tower, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango ready for departure. And the departure frequency is pre-selected.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, Düsseldorf Tower, runway 23 left, hold short, A320 on the runway, Moin.
Holding short 23 left, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, Moin. Okay, we can do that. But let's already go ahead and turn on the weather radar.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, runway 23 left, hold short, A320 on the runway.
Yeah, we've read that back once. That is enough for my taste. That just looks fantastic, doesn't it? But there is no A3. Is there? Oh yeah, there is. Okay, that's fine. So, brakes are set, then we're just waiting for that airplane to depart. What do we have down here? Range, let's say 25. And the weather radar settings are good. I'm just a little surprised that we don't see any returns there. Because looking up in front, there definitely seems to be precipitation over there. But okay, we'll just accept this for the time being. Why does it say flight recorder off? We didn't turn that off, did we? Nope, should be good. So, where's that A320? What are they doing?
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, Düsseldorf Tower, runway 23 left, winds 160 at 7, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 23 left, clear for takeoff, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Okay. Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff. Before takeoff checklist below the line, radar on, fuel pumps, no sorry, AC pump on. Okay, lights and strobes on and on, TMS set for takeoff, and we're looking at 92.6% N1. Alright, controls checked and master warning system is ready and armed. Before takeoff checklist complete. So, the approach area is clear, the left side is clear. Naval departure. We are well within the holdover time. And let's zero the timer. Are you ready?
2, 3, left.
Then we will do a standing takeoff here and takeoff.
TMS says takeoff.
That's checked. Engines are stabilized. Set takeoff thrust.
Power set and origin.
Checked.
Speed alive both sides. knots cross checked.
Checked.
V1. Rotate.
Gear up. Okay, LNAV. So, Buck 190.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, contact departure on 128.655.
128.655, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Long radar, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, passing 2,000, climbing 5,000.
VFTO,
Eurowings
speed,
3 Papa Tango,
75.
Düsseldorf departure identified.
Alright, we got the turn.
Flight level 100.
Climbing flight level 100, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Set, and that's 100 checked, all armed. Okay, flaps up. Speed checked, flaps up.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, climb flight level 210.
Climbing flight level 210, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Set, 210 tracked.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, stay altitude 5, 210.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango requesting flight level 230.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, climb flight level 230.
Climbing flight level 230, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Set. 230 checked. Alright, so set climb thrust. It's 89%. Here we go, and then let's put the autopilot on EAS hold. And autopilot up. Okay, so 89% looks roughly correct. Like this. I didn't do 100% accurate hand flying, but okay. Then set standard.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, contact Langen radar on 128.555.
128.555, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Long radar, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, passing 8.7, climbing level 230.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, roger, frequency 128.555 acknowledged.
Ah, yeah.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, Langen radar identified. Good afternoon.
Okay, so engine bleed is on, engine anti-ice. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it on because we will re-enter that stuff. And that's pretty much it for the time being. After takeoff checklists. So that's landing gear up and off, flaps up, TMS, set for MCT, which is 857 degrees, that's fine. Then engine air on, APU air off, packs on, after takeoff checklist complete. And the airplane is pressurizing, is it? Yeah, it is. Looks good. Alright, going through level 100, we can increase that thrust to 90% N1. Okay then, let's pitch down a bit. And start accelerating. We are looking for 280 knots here today. Not too fast, not too slow. Alright, and PMS is set to synchronize. Nope, come on. Heading back synchronized as well, good. And we're reaching the target speed. The easy way to tell this is the buck is set towards 280 over here, and now we get that speed scale. As soon as that is right in the middle, that dot, then we know that we're at 280 knots. Once we are there, I'll just re-enter EOS hold mode, and that's it. That's about as easy as this gets. Also, it looks like we are going to stay clear of the icing now, so engine anti-ice off. And here we are at 280, speed hold. Okay, nice. So flight level 230 is set. I'll select this arm, EOS hold. We're on LNAV. All of that is looking good for the time being. Then let's go ahead and start the 10 checks. The fuel is balanced and we have 4 pumps on, lights off, APU. Yeah, we can shut that now. So APU off. Air condition and pressurization, we got 4.2 climbing, and that's set to flight level 230, perfect. Okay, there's no recall on this airplane, and we are monitoring 1 to 1.5, huh? Are we? Yes, we are. Okay, good, that's our 10 checks complete. So with that, we are nicely on our way to Hamburg. There's not all that much for us to do during the rest of the climb, except for monitoring the aircraft. Also, we should have 91% N1 now. It basically is 88% climb thrust at sea level, and then that increases by 1% per 5,000 feet in the climb. So it should be 91. Here you go, 91 and 91. Perfect. Alright, cool. So that's looking good. We're climbing at 1,400 feet a minute. Not too shabby. I mean, the A330 wouldn't climb faster than that either. Okay, nice. So, then we can just use the en route charts for a bit over here. And yeah, here we go. Hamburg is up there already, so it is going to be a fairly short flight today. I can't really say why, but I really love this view from the front here. Okay, let's see if we can already work ahead for the arrival. Airport charts. Search, arrival, Hamburg. So, what's the plan? Ripso 7 Alpha.
Sun Express 1 Tango Whiskey.
We'll take that one.
Cleared for the ILS runway 23 right approach altitude 3500 feet
We'll
until
take
established.
that one. That one.
Cleared for the ILS 23 right approach.
This and this. No, don't open it. Close it.
Sun Express 1 Tango Whiskey, contact Manchester Tower on 118.63.
Alright, runway 5. Oh, I don't think that that's going to be any problem to us. Here we go, Aegis 124325. And that's pre-selected. So let's do a little bit of mathematics here as we are climbing out. Reaching 20,000, 92% N1s, almost there, tiny bit too much. Here we go. And this is a tiny bit too little now, but it's gonna be alright. Better a little bit too little thrust than a little bit too much. At least when it comes to maximum thrusts. Okay, so going through 20,000, air column press has already reached its cruise altitude. And that should be 5.5, and that is 5.5. Alright, perfect. That's looking fantastic. So we'll be cruising in 23,000, and that means we need... oh, why is it pitching down? Oh, because it lost some speed. Must have been a little wind change or something. Okay, so we're cruising in 23,000. That means we need 69 miles for the descent, plus our speed reduction, which is going to be a descent at 280 knots, so 8 miles more. So we got 77 miles from Hamburg, where we are going to start our speed reduction. Now, Hamburg VOR is located quite a bit behind the field, but Ulster 15.8 is right at the field. Let's go ahead and set that, 15.8. Not sure when we're going to receive it, so Hamburg 13.1 is a good idea as a backup there. Let's put that active. Hamburg is located like 10 miles behind the field, but can always use that. Then we start the descent at 87 miles from Hamburg VOR. And that should be absolutely fine. Okay, cool. So that standard stuff is done. We need courses 046. Here we go. And 046, here we go. And hey, you can just be on RF there. That makes it easy on the right hand side. Okay, 110.5 can be pre-selected. Here we go. Okay, apart from that, I think we got everything. Minimums Cat Charlie aircraft 264, and due to the cold temperatures, which we are definitely going to have, can basically add 20 feet, so it's going to be 284. Respectively, the radio altitude 232, so let's just select that. So 240 up here, always round it up to the next 100. So 1,000 to go, I'll sell armed. Always saying that extra in this aircraft. Better safe than sorry. Okay, and altitude is capturing. Good. So let's see, top of climb. Should have been 13 minutes, and it's been, 14 minutes, that's fine. And we should have 3.8 minimum. We currently have 4.6, so that's 1,200 kilos extra fuel. That is good. So, no auto thrust here on the cruise. We'll do 280 knots, that should be some 83% or so. Let's just set 83 and see where we're going from there. Good. So just to be on the safe side there, remaining distance from Mupzi is 82 miles, but that's all along the route. Jogby is kind of the better position there. Now it's too bad that we don't have a fixed page in this FMS, because that would be really useful now. But okay, we gotta live with what we got. So that's fine with me as well. Speed seems roughly stable there, that's fine. Excellent. Okay, so let's have a look at the approach chart. I'm on Ripsail 7 Alpha, is that correct? Yep, it is. Alright. Would be nice if we had a distance indicator directly to the field. I think we need a little bit less thrust. Let's use 80% here. Of course, we've still kind of been accelerating a bit. Here we go. That should be good. Okay, so Ripso flight level 110. I mean, that would be very, very late. I'm kind of aiming to go straight in, which makes sense if you have a look at the en route chart here. Here's Hamburg, runway 05, so it's more or less a straight in. It's just a pity that we don't have any tools to measure anything over here. And it should be on the IFR low level chart. Normally you could just measure this and that would be the end of the problem, but yeah, so be it. We'll see whenever we are going to receive Hamburg. And here we are right on speed, so let's add some more power. Let's make it 82%. See where we're going from there. Something like that. And see what's gonna happen. Okay, for the time being, that's everything we can do for the setup. We can't really set the landing altitude yet, we can't do any of that yet, but we can see if we can already receive the ATIS.
IND 065 at 20. Tower. Temperature -12. Dew point -10. QNH 0999. Transition level 70. Advise on course heading, altitude, and flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Tango. Hamburg Club Happen. Information Tango. 1820 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 5, 33. 1065 at 20. Tower. Temperature -4. Dew point -10. QNH 0999. Transition level 70. Advise on course heading, altitude, and the flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions.
Alright, that ATIS seems more correct. The timing matches when I'm filming as well. So runway 05 is in use as we had originally planned. That's all looking good then. Yeah. I'll tell you what, if we can't get that information about our remaining distance and such from the VOR because we aren't receiving it, then what we are going to do is I am simply going to open that in SkyVector, and then we are going to use that. I think SkyVector should have that type of information available.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, Langen Radar, contact Bremen Radar on 133.725.
133.725, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Bremen Radar, moin, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, level 230.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, Bremen Radar identified. Good afternoon.
Jawohl, good afternoon. That's just looking lovely, isn't it? I have a feeling this is going to become the thumbnail for the video. It's just a feeling though. But tell me, Eurowings logo looking that side? Eurowings logo looking that side? Which of the two is correct? Over here it's opposite as well. Interesting. I wonder if that's a bug or a feature. Alright, speed is much better now as well, so we are just going to leave the thrust where it is right now. Still not receiving the Hamburg VOR, unfortunately. So be it. Alright. Oh, wrong page. Then we got no choice, then we simply have to do it this way. So, actually, let me try something. Can we just insert something down here? We could. I mean, that's definitely not what we are supposed to do, but you get the idea. So, number 25 behind Basel. That would be... Oh, really? No distance given? Okay. In that case, I'm just going to reverse it. That was an idea. So, Basel thereafter should be Pixua number 12. Okay. Here we go. Fixed again. Alright. Alright. It was worth a try. So then, down here there is currently nothing visible. But let's see if we can just ask for a direct Delta Hotel 257. Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, any chance to proceed direct Delta Hotel 257? Because if we get that granted, then we have our straight in distance.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, cleared direct Delta Hotel 257.
Direct Delta Hotel 257, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, thank you. Alright, direct 2. 257 is waypoint 24. Enter. Here we go. That's the easy solution. Okay, cool. So, yeah, 51 miles to run, then we can definitely start the descent already. Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, ready for descent. No. Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, ready for descent. For some reason with my accent it never wants to understand that. That is a little bit annoying. In any case, 257 is 18.5 miles out, so we got that plus 18.5, so we definitely need to go down now.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, cleared grid 7 Alpha into Hamburg. Whenever you'd like to descend, flight level 150.
Descending level 150, and after waypoint 257, joining the Ripsail 7 Alpha, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Thank you. Alright, out-armed, then where is vertical speed? There it is. Then let's go down. I kind of like the way that Just Flight has implemented this, where you are just using the trim switches now. So, ground distance is basically 6 miles a minute. Well, actually, we could just make this a lot easier and simply read the time from our FMS. So, 6 minutes to go to the waypoint. That means we want to be... Descending flight level 110, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Set. Yeah, you've set that already. Cool. So 6 minutes to go. We want to be in 5,000 at that waypoint. So 16,000 feet divided by 5 is something like 3,500 feet a minute. In the real world, you would be using those switches down there. But in the sim, it kind of works like this as well, which I do like. Okay, so we are descending, then we can set the field down to basically 0, and the QNH down there was 999, so somewhere here. Alright, cool. Cool. So AC pump on, PTU on. Seatbelt signs have simply remained on for the flight. That's fine. Alright, then let's go ahead and start with the checklists here. And we might need a little bit of speed brake just not to overspeed here. The lovely thing is, with that speed brake, descending 4000 on 999er, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Set, 4000 check, set QNH. See, with that speed brake we're already back on speed. Easy going. There is no being high in this plane. 3 Papa Tango, we prefer the straight-in approach. If he doesn't say anything, then I'm just going to do it, no matter what. Alright, here's Hamburg BOR. Thank you, expecting the ILS 5 straight in, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Alright, that's looking good. Then let's go for the approach. For the approach preparation here, 110.5 is going active on my side. And I'm going to put 15.8 in here. At least until we get the DME, then I'm just going to go into DME hold and... 120.54, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Climb radar, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, passing 1400, descending 4000. Alright, so speed down towards 250. And engine RTS on.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, radar identified. Good afternoon, clear Delta Hotel 257 transition. Expect the ILS runway 5 approach into Hamburg.
Expecting the ILS runway 5 via Delta Hotel 257, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Alright then, so passing 10,000, fuel is balanced, 4 pumps on, lights on, no angular bank selector in here, air conditioning and pressurization is at 1.2, descending and set, fasten belts are on, and that's it. Okay, so air brakes in, EAS hold, and then we can continue our descent over here. Alright, beautiful. So that's our setup completed. Then let's do a very quick approach briefing. So we are going to come in for the ILS approach runway 05 with a straight in approach. The minimum is at 240 feet radio already selected, and for the approach itself the MSA is 4,000 feet including the cold temperature correction. Extra fuel and time, we've got about 45 minutes now. Alright, thank you for that. We are going to fly a flight director guided ILS approach, and that's going to be with flaps flaps 30. Let's have it set those bucks automatically. So flaps 30 is prepared, and well, we've basically got nothing special, nothing non-standard over here. Straight in approach. Any questions? No? Beauty. Then that's our briefing completed. So let's do the descent checklist, please. So here it is. Descent checklist, PTU. On, pressurization, landing altitude 0 set. Briefing complete, landing data checked and box set. And last but not least, seats and harness locked and secure, descent checklist complete. Alright, we're actually a little bit low now, so I'm just going to keep it the way it is right now. Let's also keep that speed bug up at 240. That's looking good for me. Okay. So, everything looking good for a straight in approach. Just the Ulster DME is 15.8. Huh, should be working. Let's wait a little bit, see if it comes alive. If not, then not. So, look at that! A little bit of snow. That's been a while. But yeah, that's what they have up here. Even the schools are closed right now. Alright, here we go. Receiving the Ulster DME. Then let's put that on DME hold, and then we can put the ILS active. One of the few aircraft that have a working DME hold feature. I like that a lot. Okay, and then we can tune 110.5 over here as well. Here we go. Right side doesn't have a DME hold function. No, it doesn't. Okay, that's fine. So, 22 miles out, 5,500 feet, means we're actually a little bit on the low side here, but I'm totally fine with that. I didn't do the 10 minutes to landing PA, but they did the announcement for 10 minutes, so absolutely happy with that. Okay, we're cleared for the transition. That means when overflying 257, we are simply going to continue towards the final approach.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango,
1,000 to go.
3,000 feet.
Descending altitude 3,000 feet, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Set, and 3,000 checked, alt armed. Alright then, intercepting the center line. 18 DME, 4,500 feet. Still pretty fast, so that's actually quite good. Remember, we are at minimum thrust right now. Ain't gonna get any lower than that.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, cleared for the ILS runway 5 approach via Delta Hotel 257.
Cleared ILS 05, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, contact Hamburg Tower on 121.28 when established.
121.28, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. That's not the correct tower frequency. That's the VFR tower. But if they say so, let's do them that favor. Hamburg Tower, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, ILS 05. Alright, let's start slowing down.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, Hamburg Tower, winds 060 at 20, runway 5 cleared to land.
Runway 05 clear to land, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Alright, so heading nav.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, Moin, wind 060 at 20, runway
Localizer
5 cleared to
capture.
land.
Localizer captured.
Runway 5 clear to land, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Okay, localizer and glide slope capture. Go around altitude 4000 set. And alt armed. And let's use a little bit of speed brake here to slow us down. Looking for roughly 180 on the descent. I just love the speed brake in this aircraft. So the wind 060 at 20, that means it's going to come slightly from the right hand side. Overflying the Airbus factory down here, Finkenwerder.
2,500.
And flaps 1, or flaps 18. So, start APU please. Okay, gear down. I'm going to add 15 knots to the approach speed, so VREF is... what do we have here? 126, so we're going to fly 141. Here we go. Okay, go around power. Set.
Speed jet below 180.
So, flaps 24 and flaps 30. Alright, here's 141 knots. That's all looking good. Nicely established 6 miles out. APU is running, then we can turn the engine bleeds off and APU air on. Alright, so landing checklist. AC pump on. Landing gear down 3 green, brakes yellow and checked. Alright, lights set, flaps set for landing. Cabin secure, airframe anti and de-ice is all off. Okay, APU air on, engine bleeds off. Nose wheel steering is centered and TMS is now disconnected. Okay, that's the landing checklist complete. Then let's have a little bit of fun.
Autopilot disconnected.
Cabin is secure.
So the flight director is set for the go-around. Speed is good, we are stable. Wind check.
Approaching 0, 5.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, wind 060 at 20.
Thank you. It's surprisingly calm for those winds.
Plus 100.
Checked.
Minimums.
Continue.
Minimums. $50, $40, $30,
Speed brakes out.
$20, $10.
Ground idle. Brake pressure C.
Alright, speed brakes out, and the brakes are working. 100 knots.
80 knots.
1,500 meters remaining.
Okay, then we'll let it roll and vacate right onto the apron, if we're the only ones anyway. There was no one at the holding point, nobody behind us.
1,200 remaining.
Alright, speed brakes going in. And with that, welcome to Hamburg. 119, 117, something like that.
Approaching 3.
And TSR exits. Alright, flat a little bit long, but for not having landed this plane in a while.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, contact ground on 121.805.
121.805, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango. Hamburg ground, Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, request taxi to the gate. Alrighty.
3 Papa Tango, Moin. Taxi to apron 2 General Aviation Stand 107 via Alpha
No.
6, Zulu 5, Bravo 3, hold short of runway 33, then Golf, Yankee 7. Have a good day.
We kindly refuse, thank you. Alright, not gonna go to the general aviation parking here, but that's it. Cool.
Eurowings 3 Papa Tango, say again please.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not gonna dial in 7600 now, but you know what we're about to do. Okay, so after landing checklist, air brakes and spoilers are in, lights and strobes are set and off, TMS is off. Okay, radar off, transponder standby, continuous ignition off, air conditioning set on APU. Generators on, engines, we'll keep all of them on, and that's the after landing checklist complete. Okay, next exit to the right there, that is 50 something. Parking stance, so 53 probably. Is it? Yeah, 53. Okay, lights off please. Can someone tell the cabin crew to turn the music off in the cabin? I guess not, huh? Alright, that's fine. Okay, the marshal is in sight. Where do they want us to park? No, I'm fine here. I'm gonna stay here. Thank you. So, park and brake is set, APU generator is on, then let's go. So, 4. Oh, come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, master warning system is cancelled, that's it. Cool, so the pumps are going to remain on, brake fan stays on auto. Anti-ice remains on, and, well, weather over here isn't too bad, we can actually turn the ice protection off. And, well then, engines are all off. Oh, I confused the strobe and the beacon lights. Okay, well, beacon is off. That's all we need. So, shutdown checklist please. Brakes set to yellow and park. Taxi and external lights off. Pressurization, we are depressurized. Okay, hydraulics. Well, we still need them to open the doors, so we can't turn them off just yet. But I tell you what we are going to do. Request deboarding, aircraft, chocks in, passengers, and stairs. And as soon as those are out, what are they doing right now? Come on, extend them please. Here we go. Alright, now the stairs are out, now we can shut the hydraulics. Okay, so hydraulics are off. Generators 1 and 4 off, reset. Thrust levers, fuel off. Master warning, override pull, fasten seatbelts off. Brake fans auto, fuel pumps 1 on for the APU. Engine anti-ice on, heaters off, ice detection off, bacon off, air conditioning on, and transponder 2000 standby. And with that, my friends, welcome to Hamburg. I do hope you all enjoyed this. Enjoy the snow over here. I am sure you're going to love the weather conditions over here. And with that, thank you very much for watching, everyone. As always, let me know what you think about this flight in the comments below. Let me know if you appreciated that we've flown one of the slightly older aircraft here again. And with all of that out of the way, thank you very much for watching. As always, like, comment and subscribe. And if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.